heard that there's like almost basically a fucking war going down at the border.
Oh yeah, about the fucking barbed wire shit.
This is fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting tired of people talking about, well, then let them into your house, this and that. Bro, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think people are coming over? You ever see videos of people crossing the border? It's like fucking older ladies and stuff like that with like a teenage kid.
The whole thing is so crazy, too, because, and G, I don't know if you see him, but I remember you told me you follow this guy's videos, the Channel 5 guy.
Yeah, I was about to talk about it.
He made a video. It was at the border. It wasn't Texas. It was Arizona. But the policy's all the same across the border now. Mm-hmm. Where what's happening is there's buses that come from Texas, and it's paid for by the Texas taxpayers by Greg Abbott. And there's these buses, and they basically check all these Mexican people's documents, or Mexican, or there's a lot of people coming in from other parts too. There's people coming in from like Asia, like
there was a guy that was from Africa.
Yeah, there's people from Africa, Pakistan, all kinds of people, right? But usually they cross through Mexico into the U.S.
Yeah.
So they check their documents, and then they give them a cell phone, and they put them on a bus, and the bus drops them off in like Chicago or New York or California, because those are haven states or haven cities for immigrants, where they'll figure out a way to house them and like give them benefits and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's
fucked up.
And Texas is like perpetuating this shit.
Yeah, and like if someone is crossing over the border to try to come see someone in Texas, and they have like a family member who's going to help them out, and then eventually they're going to get their own place, blah, 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 become a working member of society. Now they're like in another state and don't know what the fuck to do, and we paid for it.
I feel like that's okay.
That's not.
Hell nah, bro.
What if you just write their little phone number down on a piece of paper?
Just leave them here. Let them fucking work around here.
Oh, yeah.
Texas is huge, dude. First and foremost, I don't want to pay for it. Second of all, these poor people are trying to come over here because they're desperate. They're fucking paying these coyotes like not millions, thousands of dollars.
It was a couple hundred.
A couple thousand, not a couple hundred, bro.
Usually it's a couple thousand.
So the guy that we were talking about, he's doing a video right now where they're actually like smuggling him into America, and they said it was like $400 US.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's say it's
it was
400.
a couple thousand pesos.
These people are just trying to seek a better life. They're not coming in here and like fucking hacking your wife to bits. Like
most of them are chilling.
Yeah, they're just regular dudes that you wouldn't even. I mean, okay, you go to fucking Home Depot or something like that, and you see a bunch of Mexican dudes chilling outside. Those guys are probably like illegal, but most people, they're illegal. You wouldn't even know it. I work with people that are illegal, and fuck, I shouldn't say that. Let's bleep that.
Let's just say you know people.
Not necessarily illegal. They have like working visas, and they have to keep up with the paperwork and shit. But what I'm saying is, they're just regular people who are just like gonna go to college or go to school, and become like someone who's working just like you, and then the only thing is they get less benefits than we do.
I think it's a thing where like. I know in Eagle Pass they're saying it's a big issue because they're just getting over fucking crowded.
Like, in Eagle Pass?
In Eagle Pass. It's like
it's a border
town, yeah.
If it's Texas, right? It's a Texas border town.
Good. Let them fucking stay there. There's more people. There's more people coming in trying to get a job, trying to spend money. Fucking find some jobs for them to do and build up your city, Eagle
But
Town.
they're just running out of jobs.
Yeah, I think like the issue with that specific town is like because they're so close, it's so packed.
Yeah,
and there's too many people.
I don't know the solution.
What's the population of Eagle Town? Because I could give a fuck.
I don't know.
There's millions of people in Texas. Go to another city. Why do you want to stay in Eagle Town so bad?
That's true, but what about the immigrants?
The immigrants will probably, when they make enough money to leave Eagle Town, I don't think they want to stay. They're going to leave Eagle Town.
No, I would stay.
They want to chill in Eagle
You
Town?
can cross
I don't
over
think
the
the
border.
immigrants. I think it's hard for the immigrants to travel.
That's
like,
the problem.
Once they get into the U.S., it's hard for them to get across. Like, how are they gonna pay for a bus ticket? Like, they have to work.
Yeah.
I mean, a Greyhound to get from one city to another city in Texas has to be like $70 at most.
Yeah, it's probably like 70,
less than 100.
So like,
but usually they're not coming alone. Usually people are bringing. Some come alone.
No,
but usually
true.
if they're coming, they're bringing like their family.
Yeah.
Or their children.
Or their children. Yeah. This lady was traveling with like fucking 5-6 kids in the video. She was like, it cost us fucking 3 G's total because there was a bunch of us.
Yeah. I mean, it's just in my opinion, these people are coming in here because they're desperate, right? They want a place to whatever, call home for a long time.
Yeah.
So they're coming here. They end up in Eagle Town, right? They work a little bit. They eventually get the money to move somewhere else. They move somewhere else and they just continue going up. Like, they're not chilling there trying to like fucking rob the people of Eagle Town. They're just, that's just where they ended up.
I like the idea of buses if they know where they're going.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, this takes you to Chicago. Oh, fuck, I'm going to get in this line.
Now, okay, if they were taking them to an organization directly that fucking starts helping them and shit like that, then okay, that's not that bad. But that's actually pretty good. That's a solid system.
Yeah, but they're not doing that.
But they're not doing
It's
that.
crazy.
So that's the problem.
They're just dropping them off and then just like See ya.
It's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up.
They're running wild in New York.
You would think you'd look out your window and there's Mexican dudes like peeking in your window trying to rob your house, like the way that people act sometimes.
Yeah.
They're like, these are criminals and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, watch the videos. I saw a video. So I guess they had somehow like found a hole in one of the fences. Like, you seen what the border looks like, right?
Oh,
yeah.
They're like super duper long, like cubicle shaped fucking
poles.
Like wood fence.
Yeah.
Wood fence. So it's like the black wood or whatever, like the wire shit that's holding onto the wood things, and then just really tall wooden fences basically. They have like slight holes in them that no one would be able to fit in. But if one of the sticks breaks, then there's like a hole big enough for someone to fit in. So there's like a coyote dude bringing in like a bunch of people. There's like 10 people that walk in, and then someone's recording the guy, and then he goes,
Yeah.
he goes like that. He has like a mask on,
I
and then
think
he just
saw
like
the same one that we
leaves.
saw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the same one.
No, it was that video.
It was
Okay, I
that
just saw
video.
a
He
clip
was
of
like,
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
But
give a shit.
you saw the people. It's just a bunch of like 40-year-old ladies. With
There
like,
are a lot of dudes
with like toddlers and stuff.
But I'm not saying they're going to be bad guys or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's some dudes there.
Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are people that come over here and they don't have any money. They fall to a life of crime. Maybe people that had to run away from some crime back there come over here, try doing more crime. But the chances are it's just a regular person. Just like any of us, someone could be a fucking criminal just like any of us.
But at the same time, I would prefer if there was like a better system to vet people. Like when people come in, actually like have like a legit station. I think it's just the volume is too much.
Yeah.
That the U.S. is just like, fuck it, like whatever. That's what I think is happening right now. The U.S. is just like, let anybody in. Which I guess is like, I want people to come here and I want people to be able to come here. But at the same time, like let's have a system.
Yeah.
And I think if you have like people on record, and if you have these systems, it'll actually help people more in the long run.
No, in my opinion, that is the way to do it. That's the correct way to do it.
But that's the more complex way. They're never going to be like, let's invest the money to have this eloquent and sophisticated system that tracks people and like figures out who's from where and like how to get them to where their families are. Like, there's never going to be anything like that.
And it's so funny to think about because some of these like broken systems, there's an obvious answer, but the obvious answer requires money and nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
We would much rather just give money to like war and the police and whatever the fuck, pretending building this border wall and shit. Like this horseshit border wall, like putting barbed wire, they still get in. It doesn't matter. That's the right thing to do, is to allow a certain amount of people in per year, but a good amount of people. Like, we try our very best to keep people out.
Yeah.
If you would just allow people in and try to integrate them into the society, then that'd be perfect.
Yeah, vet
That's
the
the way
people.
to do it.
Allow the right people. Like, vet them. You know what I mean? Like, when
Yeah.
they come in, like, do some research on them. Contact the government from where they're from. Something like that. I don't know what it is, right? But something like that.
Do you think there will be an issue with people saying, "Oh, you're not letting in enough people," or there's still like too much people coming in?
I think there's always going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Like, it's always going to be an issue. Like, it could be what you said, where they're like, now they're being too strict. Now they're not letting anybody in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it could be either way.
It should be, if they're letting in a reasonable amount of people, but they put a cap on it, in my opinion, that's normal. That's okay.
Yeah.
But the number can't be like some tiny little number.
Like 12,000.
Yeah, they're letting in like
Nah,
one
it
in
has-
fucking 50 people, one in
Yeah,
100 people or something
Now
like
imagine your number 12,001.
that.
Oh, man.
Fuck,
And then
fuck,
what's the
fuck.
quota? What's the quota? Is it like per 24 hours, per month? Like, how does
Yeah.
that even work? And is there a quota? See, I guess it is an incredibly complex issue.
Yeah.
Like, there's,
Now-
how do you solve that? I don't know.
Guys, I think we can figure this out. So, okay.
Let's solve immigration.
solve
There
right
has
immigration.
to
now.
be
The three
a
of
job
us.
listing database for immigrants, right? So the immigrants come in, there's job listings, they say what they can do, they tell us their skills and their talents or whatever. Maybe if they're good at fucking construction work or they're good at whatever the fuck, they know English well, they can work as a cashier or something like that. So you find like job listings that an immigrant would be able to take, like, you know, they're going to be low level, but it's paying and you can integrate them in easily.
Yeah.
And then you fucking set them up with something somehow, like
I think they're willing to
some
do
sort of loan system where they pay you back a loan or some
They're
shit.
willing to do anything. I think, like you just said, it always comes back to the U.S. not wanting to pay for it. Like, at a federal level, like, they don't want to pay for it.
Bro, most of the people that were coming, they were like, "Yo, I want to work.
Yeah,
I can do this.
bro.
Like, I'm ready to go, bro."
Gio, if you saw the video, there's a dude in the video who's like, he's down so bad, and he's like, I'm hungry. He just keeps saying, he's like, I'm so hungry.
The motherfucker will do, like, he'll put up your
And-
fucking mount
Bro,
your TV,
yeah,
dude.
and like the journalist is filming him, and then he's like talking to him. The guy gives him some chips and like
Yeah.
some food and like some drinks. And then he's like, "What will you do?" Like, the guy's talking to him in Spanish because the journalist knows Spanish. He's talking to him in Spanish. He says, "What will you do if you come here?" He's like, "I'll do anything. Like, I will do any job. I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to send it back to my family over in like Guatemala and
Yeah.
shit to like make sure they live good." And he was saying that he doesn't even want to live in the U.S. He just wants to go there to work, make money,
And then go back.
and then go back home. He doesn't want to come here.
Yeah. So, like, You think these people are trying this hard to get in here just to go like try to go do crack or like try to rob like a convenience store? They're coming over here working bullshit ass jobs, dude, trying to fucking make rent just like everybody else.
I think everybody like freaks out over immigration because it's like a social political thing. Like I think most people like as an average they know that like all right, we need these motherfuckers. Like we need immigrants coming in to do a lot of the important jobs. I think most people know that.
You saw what happened in Florida.
I think it's just some dumb motherfuckers that don't even think about it, and then just like they're taking our jobs, they're doing this,
they took
they're
our
doing that.
jobs.
And I'm just like, bro, if they weren't here, do you realize how expensive it would be to build a house, to build an apartment complex, to staff a fucking an office with like sanitation workers, like to do
Warehouse
all this shit.
workers and all kinds of warehouses all across Texas.
Bro, every restaurant across the United States would be empty, man.
Agriculture
I
jobs,
you.
all types of things, dude.
You go in any restaurant, any like Chinese restaurant, Vietnamese restaurant, any fancy upscale restaurant, everybody in the kitchen is going to be like 80% Hispanic.
Guatemalan, Mexican, Salvadorian. All
Yes,
of them.
bro.
Every single time.
I'm not even gonna say they have to do like those kind of jobs. I'm just saying like they can just fucking be on the trail to success in another way.
Yeah,
or have a
of
kid
course.
that's, you know.
Dude, put them on a fucking McDonald's. They open up some, like a fucking Burger King or a Subway or a Walmart cashier.
Everybody's an immigrant.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
million
man.
things you could put them
I think it makes us as a country better, and like I think it advances us forward, right? Because we could be bringing in people here. And like, let's say they provide a good life for their kids, and their kids go to school, and their kids are super fucking smart.
Yeah.
Those kids can end up making like products that save people's lives. They can end up becoming the person that invents like the cure to cancer or something like that. You know, we never know.
That's such an excellent point because people like flowers bloom from whatever. What is the term?
A rose can go from concrete.
Yeah.
That's
So
Tupac.
J. Cole line.
And that's what happened.
Tupac.
Oh, Tupac.
Tupac originally.
How many? I mean, we live in Houston, right? Like, this is a super diverse area of Houston too. Like, how many people do you know who are like first generation graduates?
most
Tons.
people.
Most
Tons
people
and
I
tons.
know.
And I know where they are, and they're working and shit, and they're working good jobs. Like, people that are born from those situations where they don't have a lot of money and their parents are immigrants, they like have the initiative to work harder, not like get comfortable.
Yeah, they're not as entitled. Like they
Yeah.
know what it means to work hard and like
Yeah.
the value of a dollar, all that shit.
Yeah, whether they go to college, whether they're like a plumber now or like an electrician or they're working like at an oil rig or something, like they work harder because they didn't have the money when they were growing up.
Yeah.
Someone else who's just like mooching out the government or who's just like born into a middle class, wealthy family, whatever, and they're chilling. Those kids, in my opinion, probably have a higher chance of just becoming like fucking
Addicted to fentanyl.
Yeah. Adult kids who just stay at home until they're 35 and
I
don't
think
do
everyone
much.
they can fall into the same problems that every American has.
For sure.
That's
But,
true.
I don't know. I just feel like it's just crazy. Like they're just trying to leave their bad situations, even though we think shit is awful here. They
I
still
know.
want to come here.
It's crazy
It's
that
much
like,
better here than
we,
a lot of
we
places.
complain
Yeah.
about shit so much here, but like here it's not that bad. Like,
Bro,
what do you really have?
The
that's
other
going-
day,
you know what
I
mean?
was cursing Xfinity to high hell, bro. I was upset, and I was like, you know what? If I was in fucking Costa Rica, not
They
in
would have
Costa
hung up
Rica.
on your ass.
Colombia,
You
yeah,
wouldn't
I
even
would've
have power
I
if you
wouldn't
were in
even
Costa
have power,
Rica.
bro.
That
I
shit be cut-
Fucking hangs up on it. That's the last thing you're gonna hear on the fucking phone.
Why were you cursing at Xfinity though?
It wasn't working. My Wi-Fi just kept shutting off for no reason.
Oh, that's
I
annoying.
was like, I was trying to work and
annoying.
shit.
It was just spotty. They just said your area is being affected by.
They didn't even say anything. It just kept going off, and I was
Oh.
like, wow, this is horrible.
Did they send somebody out or what?
Hell no. It just fucking took 2 hours to come back on.
You know what I always do whenever that happens is I try and time exactly how much time the internet is out, and then I call them and I get a bill credit for it.
You
They do that?
Yeah.
But it's probably very little, right? Like,
It depends
A
how
few
long it was
cents.
Shit,
out.
if it saved me $1, I'll take
It depends how long it was out. I'll even time it to like, let's say if it's an hour, I'll prorate the hour from my bill, and I'll like figure out if that's like $2, $3. I'll be like, take that.
I didn't
off
know you
my-
could do that.
So-
give me a bill credit, and then do it.
how much do you pay for your internet? If you don't mind
Like
saying?
55 a month.
55 a month, so you'd have to divide that out. Yeah, that's like it's got to be like 20
Wait,
something cents.
Yeah, I can't do the math right here, but I'll ask them for the credit because
Hey,
like I
take
didn't
it.
have service during that moment.
Yeah.
You need to fucking compensate me for.
I-
Like one time I didn't have service for 3 days, and I told them I was like 3 days, and they were like, "All right, we got you. We'll even do like half of your like." They gave me $25.
Okay.
That's almost half of
3
my-
days, fuck that. I'd be heated.
3 days is crazy.
If
If I
it's an
wasn't
hour-
out for 3 days.
Honestly, even an hour, I'm still pretty fucking heated.
Even an hour.
Yeah,
is a
even
lot.
an hour.
Because
I
sometimes
can't do
it'll
that.
just cut off. Like you're watching something and it'll just shut off.
It'll just shut right off.
But like usually within like 4 minutes or something.
Look
like
at that,
5
immigrants.
minutes.
You can have my issues, my American issues.
We need them here fixing the fucking Wi-Fi. We need them here, guys.
Somebody's got to go up those poles.
Yeah, somebody's got to build. No, but an excellent one, dude, is the housing stuff. The housing
Yeah.
would be impacted so much, dude. Go to any fucking job site where they're building a house. Nobody speaks English. Like, If you think that a bunch of fucking Texans, white people, or whatever race, like Americans, are gonna take that job at the pay that they're taking, there's no fucking chance.
Hell no, bro. All of the major home builders in America would legitimately go out of business if it wasn't for the labor that they're relying on.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all saw what happened in Florida, right? Did we talk about that ever on the pod?
I didn't see what happened.
I don't think so, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it was like a county in Florida or something like that. They it wasn't entire Florida, but it was like a small section of Florida. They got rid of the fact that basically undocumented people couldn't work. Like you had to prove that you were a citizen. Every job, I think, was asking their employees if they were a citizen.
Even like construction jobs.
If I'm not mistaken, because that
was like a city or a county.
Oh,
so they were showing. So obviously, all these fucking construction companies and all these residential areas that they were building, had to be put on pause.
Yeah.
So they hired people to do their job in place. They were moving so much slower, and they had to pay them. I forgot what the percentages were, but they
Probably
were showing.
a lot more.
Yeah, they were moving way slower than the other dudes, and they were getting paid a pretty decent penny over what the other dudes were getting paid.
Jesus Christ, bro.
And then I don't know what they did now. I just remember that
They
story
were like,
when
"Yo,
it
we had to get rid of this shit,
reverse it,
annex it,
let more in."
Yeah, labor is legitimately the most expensive
You
thing
got a
each
cousin.
company fucking
If you want to
has.
come here,
Bring your cousin in.
Bring
That's
your
another
cousin.
thing they should do, dude.
What?
If you're an immigrant and you're doing a good job, you should have a fucking a parole officer, dude.
An immigrant
You should have a
parole
PO, dude.
I thought you were going to say if you work so hard, you could bring your whole family over.
Yeah, well, kind of. If you work hard enough, you should your reference should have a say. Hey, I have
my
a family
God.
member. They want to come over here. They're very hardworking.
That is true.
I've been working here for a couple of years, doing a real good job. Can
Some kind of
help my boy get over here?
some
And they'll
kind of
help him out.
program like that would be good. Like a program
reference
where
program?
you vouch for them. That's my boy. Let him in.
You get $200. He gets $200.
For becoming a citizen.
If they stay here 90 days, you get.
If they stay here 90 days without committing a crime,
You get $200.
They finish their work probation. No, but that is a good system. If you give them,
my God.
if you bring them in, they come in and get a job immediately. They're ready to work. You give them a loan for 2 first months of rent or something like that.
Yeah.
They just pay that back, and at first they start off in a little bit of debt, and then after that they're just on their own. That's a good system. That's a good system.
We're just too stupid, bro.
Yeah, we're just too stupid. Nobody wants to pay the people to work at the office to do that.
Not at all.
But
Nobody wants to pay people to do anything. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been a shitload of layoffs recently for
Yeah.
big companies like
Yeah.
Microsoft.
LA Times.
The tech
LA
world
Times.
is
There's a
getting
lot
hit
of them.
pretty hard.
There's
right?
a lot of
Yeah.
companies laying people off, and it's holy shit, man. They're fucking gutting people.
Yeah, I think all the internet traffic and all the pandemic stuff is slowed down now, and now
Yeah.
I don't think they need as many people maintaining these softwares and these online whatevers,
Yeah, they grew too fast during the pandemic.
Yeah.
All these companies that saw huge gains, and then after the pandemic, things kind of slowed down a little bit, especially in 2022 when shit was bad, right? When there was inflation kept increasing, and man,
See, that bitch is still increasing.
Yeah.
it's still fucking up. It's still higher
Shit
than
is
it was
up, bro.
many years ago.
It's very high. It's getting a little better because I'm gonna have to. We said on the other product, I got my car destroyed. I got my car pummeled into fucking dust. No, but I'm gonna have to buy a new car soon, and this time I'm not gonna do it all in one day. I fought like hell, but I probably could have got a better interest rate if I would have held out for a few days. I'm gonna work hard to get a really good rate. Is the interest rates, are they shit?
They're shit right now.
Are they more shit than they were last year?
No, they're better. They're coming down.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't even know what mine is.
Hopefully
I think
I
mine
get
is
it.
like 8
yours is 8?
or 7, and the guy was like, "Oh, this is a good deal."
No, dude, you could have fought for more. I fought hard, and I ended up getting high fives.
Okay.
High five.
High five.
It was 5.85 or some shit like
Yeah.
that. It was high five. Used cars, they have a higher interest rate
Yeah.
than new cars because they were offering me 2%, 2 point something on a new one, but I was like, I don't want it, dude. Stop it.
Get the fuck away from
Because
me.
new cars are so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
They are really expensive,
Like
and they lose so much value.
Like $41,000 for a new Honda. Or
You'd be
some shit.
surprised, bro.
I'm about to say, there's some shit for
Yeah.
25,
No,
22.
these
No
Honda Civics,
way.
I swear.
25?
Yeah, Honda Civics, there's like 20.
Well,
For a new 2020, let's say 2024.
I think closer to 28, 30, maybe a little under 30.
Bro, you can get you a nice Subaru
That's actually
Forester.
not too
hot
bad.
24,000.
Yeah, there's some Nissans. Dude, there's a fucking, what is it? The Sentra. The newest Sentra that they just released.
20 something.
Bro, no, less. I think it was 15,000 or
Yeah, I believe it.
16,000.
Brand new
For
car?
the base model of a brand new car.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Dude, my cousin, when he was a cousin that I have in another city, when he was younger and he was getting his first car and his dad was getting the mega base model, because he wasn't using it that much. He had a stick shift and the roll down windows and shit like
Yeah.
that. But the car drove and they got it for mega cheap.
Yeah, it'll be manual and it'll be a manual transmission.
But if that bitch
Yeah.
is new, I mean, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That saves you a lot of headaches from ever having to replace shit or like worry about anything.
Yeah, my girlfriend, her car started giving her trouble, and she was trying to get a super cheap car, but like a new one. She was looking at them, like for an automatic one or something like that. I think it was something close to like 17 for a brand new car.
It's not bad.
I would say
Which
you're
is
not gonna
Yeah,
find
I
a
thought
lot
it
of
was more
cars
expensive.
under like 10K though.
No,
That market is gone.
Yeah,
like
that market, when you're buying that car, you know that there's problems with it at this point. Because if they're valuing it under that means there's something fucked up.
That bitch is about a day away from being auctioned.
Yeah, and some of these cars, bro, you'll find like a new car, but these people are driving the fuck out of these things. They'll have like 150,000 miles, and it's like a 2019 or like a 2018 car or something like that.
What's crazy is that's not that. That's a pretty good amount of time.
Because people put
5 years?
5 years,
bro. People put like on average probably more than that, but it's
That's like 30,000 miles a year. It's
people put
crazy
like
talk.
15,000 on average the
That's
first year
crazy
they
talk.
get. Each year they have their car, but that's probably much more now. People probably put like 25, 30,000 miles a year on their car.
Because when I was driving, I mean, I drive a fair amount. Like when I got my car that was destroyed by a fucking uninsured you piece of shit. No, when I got my car, I got it in the very end of March. And I drove it to Florida. So I drove it to New Orleans, then to Florida, to another city in Florida, and then back. I drove it to fucking, where else did I drive it to? To Austin several times.
Yeah.
I drove it somewhere else. Oh, to Bronzeville. I drove it like 8 hours to Bronzeville, or 6 hours and then 6 hours back. And then I drive to work every day. I was driving everywhere with my girlfriend and shit on the weekends.
Yeah.
I put maybe like 10,000 miles on it.
Gee.
But so if I would have finished.
That's with crazy driving.
That's with crazy driving, and that's with 2 months to spare. By the end of that, I probably would have put like 1,200. I'm sorry, 12,000.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad. And
Yeah,
that's me driving a lot.
Yeah, that's like the average.
Yeah, it's probably like near the average, right? Probably below the average.
Yeah.
What brings it up is probably when people have to drive like 30 miles to work.
Think about also people who have kids. They got to pick
Yeah.
their kids up. They got to go to the soccer games. They got to drop the kids off at their friend's house.
gotta
They
go to the soccer
They got to
game.
go to the grocery store probably multiple times a week. When
Gotta
you
go
have
to the
kids.
recital. Gotta go to Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gotta go to therapy. Gotta go to
Yeah.
the bar.
You gotta
Go to the bar.
The
Gotta go to the bridge. You think about killing yourself. Leave your family behind. You talk yourself out of it. Gotta go to Walmart. Get some snacks.
I mean, like just like seeing all this and like seeing how expensive things are, and like just hearing from friends, like it must be so expensive nowadays to have kids, man.
Bro.
Like one of my girlfriend's like friends, she was telling her that she pays for this woman's like in her late 30s, so like she has like a 5 or 6 year old kid, and she pays for a few things. So she pays for a company to pick up her kid from school and take the kid to daycare.
What the fuck?
And then she pays for the daycare.
That's about a
dude.
rack. That's
So
maybe more
How
than
far
a
is that
rack.
fucking daycare? Just drop his ass off.
Now
Right?
how can you? You're not there.
Wait. I'm sorry.
You pay for
For a second, fucking,
You got
fucking
distracted.
fear factor got me distracted. A bitch was laying in a bunch of roaches. Wait, so she's at work by the time they pick the kid up.
She's at work the whole time. Think about it, because like the kid gets off at like 2 or 3. You're at
Yeah.
work till 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, to bring him home, but like she can't drop him off like early. I guess.
No, because school
You have to
finishes
find a
2 or
place.
3, and then from school they have to take him to the daycare, and daycare has to
Yeah.
watch them until you can pick them up, which is probably around like 6 or 7 after traffic.
Oh,
and shit.
I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't catch the fact they were in school. Okay, yeah. All
Wait,
right.
so who's watching them when they get home?
No.
She goes and picks
she
them up from
watches. She's
daycare
picking up from
eventually.
daycare.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then she takes them home. But think about it, like by the time you get home,
Yeah.
it's probably 6 or 7 o'clock, and you've spent, no kidding, money wise, at least like $2,000 or $3,000 a month on this
Yeah.
kid.
Guys,
just
I've
for
got it.
daycare and that.
We need, first and foremost, we need more daycares, right? And we need them to integrate in schools. So we need them. What if like there was a bus that doesn't take you home but takes you to a daycare and it's normal and there's lots of kids that get on it.
There's some of them.
There's some
And it's
like
a big.
that.
It's like another little. It's like a YMCA. They
There's
take it
some
to like
that do that.
YMCA.
That's something like daycares are just
We
such
need that everywhere.
tricky businesses because of like the lawsuits.
You need very trustworthy people.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like you don't know who you're getting. That's why there's not like a lot of like super big national ones, because you don't know who is being employed there.
Yeah.
It's hard for one to like have those standards and spread and like, you know, have a big presence, I feel.
Yeah.
If it was some sort of like government ran job where they could really vet the fuck out of people hard and like they know who they are and stuff, and it's a normal job to have, and they have cameras all over this establishment, and there's lots of kids, like it's not just 10 kids and 2 ladies who are able to like round them up like cattle and fucking and like mistreat them or whatever. If it's like fucking 30 kids, they're not gonna get pushed around by no adults. They're gonna be mean. And they're gonna say some shit.
They're going to gang up.
Yeah, they're gonna snitch on a teacher if they do something bad. So like if there was like it's almost like second school, but you just hang out and watch them. That's got to be more normal. And then if there's more of them, they should be cheaper, right? Or if it's government ran, there should be some sort of subsidies or something.
There could be.
Like, we should be doing that. Defund the police and fund daycare.
Fund daycare.
Fund daycare.
Now, don't defund them fully,
Nah,
but
I mean, I still want the police to come if I call them and I'm getting
listen,
robbed.
man. When I got hit, I didn't need 5 fucking cops there. We need less cops, but we need
fund the cops, but fund the daycare.
we need to
Fund the
defund them a little
daycares.
bit and have less of them, but we need them trained well.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
do.
we need.
I would prefer if not defund the police, but like put more funding into like training them correctly.
Nah,
Yeah.
dude, because then they just get YMCA's and they're still the same shitty people who like failed out of college.
Nah, man,
Bro,
I feel
people like that, like, because not all of them. There are some people I'm sure that are really, really great cops. And
That's true.
I've met lots of really nice cops that have let me go, you know, like when I didn't have my headlights, something like that. You know, like
Yeah.
really cool guys who you could tell they're just honest people who are nice guys. But I've also met cops that I could just tell this guy was a fuck up in his younger years, didn't get into college, didn't finish whatever, and this guy's like, fuck it, I'll just become a cop.
And now he has all this power.
And now he has all the power, and you never know when that guy's gonna fucking stop you. And there's way more of those than you think they are.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking shitheads out there that are just like, I don't know what to do. I'll become a cop. And they were just like somebody who just didn't do shit with their life. And they're like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess I'll be a fucking cop. And then they have all these biases. They get into the job and then they start taking that shit out. Or they're just very neglectful with the job, right? Like they just don't give a shit in your case.
Yeah, they're just doing the bare minimum or being crooked or whatever the fuck. And then people do the same thing with the military. And then they leave the military, and we're paying them like fucking pensions and what is that called? Is it called pensions, stipends, whatever?
Stipends.
Yeah, like a stipend for the rest of their, for you know, if they're doing this, they'll give them $1,000.
I mean, yeah, we pay for like their college with the GI Bill and
It's
like
insane.
all this other shit.
Now, of course, there are people who come out of the military and they live great lives and they become like really great people, you know.
Yeah.
But there are also other people who just probably mooch off of that check that they get them every month, and they're just doing nothing.
We gotta think about it this way too. Like, but if they didn't have those benefits, who the hell would we convince to go into the
Exactly.
military?
We
Are
don't
you
need
gonna
them.
go? I'm
We
not
don't
going.
need that many people in the military, man.
Shit.
I don't know, Omar. I feel like we need the military, bro.
Guys,
are you down to have a weak military?
We have the strongest military
You're
by
tripping.
far, dude.
But you're saying
No, not even the strongest military. If you see how much each country spends on their military,
spend the most.
Other,
Yes, we spend the
other
most,
countries
for sure.
could be underreporting, but we spend so much money. So what that shows is that yes, our military is strong, but there are other militaries first and foremost that can compete with ours, kind of. But also that it's extremely inefficient. We're throwing money at something that is just about the same as someone else who's spending way less money.
Oh, of course, but the money's not going to the dudes. The money is going to like the people,
The
who
weapon
run,
manufacturers
Yeah, those
and stuff.
companies, right? It's
Yeah.
not going to like, you know, GI Joe over here. Those
Okay.
guys, all they're getting is like the
G.I.
GI,
Joe.
the GI Bill. They're getting paid if they get fucking injured. So you're saying you want to take that away?
Okay, you're right. What we need to do is start getting these fucking weapon manufacturers under control. That's the real
Take
problem.
the money out of those dudes' pockets.
Because
man.
that's the same thing when you're like the turtles and the straws and stuff like that. But then there's like a billionaire who drives their private jet around every other day.
Yeah.
Like it's a small speck on the grand scheme that is like the fucking
The actual
military
problem.
complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the real money is being fucked over. Is like all these people who are just tossing this money around, they're giving it to politicians.
embezzling that Ukraine money.
That's what's going on,
They're
dude.
getting those billions that
Yeah.
are supposed to be given to Ukraine. They'd be embezzling that.
No, you're
all that
right.
shit.
Because if you go to the military, you do it for 4 years. I don't give a fuck. I'm Palestinian. I don't give a shit about the military stuff right now, at least. But we do need a military. But I'm not the type of person like we need them in there. Like we need a strong. The only reason we need a super strong military also is because we're real assholes across
Yeah.
overseas, and so now everyone's furious.
I just think we need something to keep the dudes in there. Some kind of
Yeah.
like
You're right.
like if we didn't have anything, who the fuck's gonna want to do it?
Yeah.
No one's gonna want to do that. There's probably like a handful of people, but if there's no benefits, those guys are gone, bro.
I think every branch of the military, their recruitment has been going down like year after year for a little while now. Like they're trying to do other stuff to like get them.
They're trying to do anything to entice them. They're like,
You're
we'll
right.
give you this, we'll give you that. Like you get a Dodge Charger, like what the fuck?
Upon signing.
Upon signing.
And yeah, they got to give them some financial fucking courses or
Are you
something.
kidding me, bro? Kids now watching TikTok. Do you think they want to go to the military? All they
Hell
want to
no.
do is become influencers.
You'd be surprised, but they go to the military and become influencers that way. Like,
That
they're
is
military,
true.
but then they're like doing fitness influencing on the side or something.
It's funny that like influencing has become so huge. Like I've been seeing videos about I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think Drake even made a parody of it of people who are like grown men who are like gonna go to like Target and they'll make a whole video like getting up out of bed and the tripod's there recording them and they go to the restroom, they do like their morning routine and then they go to the gym and then they go to Target and then they fucking show themselves pulling up with their fucking car into their fucking apartment and then they show themselves getting into the apartment and then they show themselves putting the Target stuff down, and it's just like, that's a day in my life, or some shit like that. I'm like, bro, you're a grown man. What the fuck are you doing?
I do find it comical when they like have to get up and set up the camera and they get back into bed.
That is
and
so
like,
funny to think about. Imagine how many times they set up the camera.
You have to do it for every shot.
For every shot, and they probably do a couple angles just to see which one looks best.
Bro, I'm just watching.
I didn't yawn big enough.
I saw this one. It was like.
Oh, a big stretch. That wasn't big enough. Let me big stretch.
The one I saw was like a swole black dude, and I was like, bro, what are you doing, man? You're a fucking dude. Like,
it is
what?
so funny.
Come on,
I saw
bro.
a funny one where it was like it started off with that, right? It was a guy waking up and he's like brushing his teeth, he's getting dressed, and he's leaving his house, and he's documenting the whole thing, right? Like maybe 6 different angles of this thing, and then he gets to Target, and now he's recording himself buying something in Target, and when he's buying something in Target, another guy with another tripod puts a tripod next to him, and he's like, what are you doing? And then it cuts to the other guy's angle, and the other guy was recording himself waking up all the way in the morning, and he did the same thing, and he ended up in the same aisle as this guy, and they're both like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? And then a Target worker sets up a tripod, and she's like, you guys can't be filming this. And it shows her from when she woke up all the way to when she got there.
Bro, everybody is
that is
influencing
fucking
now.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
it was like a
fucking
bit.
nuts.
That's what's going on in the world. That's what we're getting to.
I feel like that stuff has been like that kind of content has been happening. I've just been the only one that's like, why do people like this?
It's just getting more popular now.
Yeah, I think because it's so popular and you see it all the time, and now it's so normal. Like people just set up a tripod in the fucking, which is funny. I've never seen it, but they must be doing it out there because they're recording them.
I saw a guy. We were at like some food restaurant, and a guy was just recording himself the whole time he was in there.
People
Was he
do that.
talking like to the camera?
I wasn't close enough to hear him, but he was just like recording himself talking.
I've heard it's I don't go to commercial gyms anymore, but I've heard it's pretty popular in commercial gyms like LA,
I would not, bro.
LA Fitness and like Planet Fit. I heard a lot of people are recording themselves and like chicks, dudes, like all of them. A lot of people record themselves.
Listen, man, I haven't gone to a gym in like 3 years. Like I've been using like my work. No, maybe like 2. I used to go to Planet Fitness, but I would go late at night, so I don't think those folks are doing it then. But
those people have like common sense, and decency.
Those people work fucking night jobs or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go home and edit this shit.
These are honest, hard workers. It's just a bunch of dudes in there, like at fucking 1 a.m. working out. But like back in my day, I never saw anybody doing that. You would take a couple of progress pics, and that was just fine. You maybe someone records your set because you want them to record it, and you want to, for whatever reason, you want to go back and look at it and stuff. But I never saw people like setting up tripods.
Imagine like now you're working out and the majority of people are recording themselves.
That's crazy.
Where it's not like just a few, but it's like almost everybody.
It's just tripods everywhere.
And everyone's bumping into each other and getting upset. And you know what makes me mad too? When they get upset that they walked in front of their camera. It's like, dude,
You're in a public space.
I couldn't give a shit. Also, just cut around it. Like, whatever. You're going to do a whole bunch of editing after this anyways. So, like, just fucking edit me out. I'm just walking right by your camera.
It's fucking weird, bro.
But then
We
some
are in a
people,
weird time.
Some people are obnoxious about it, where I've seen them walk in front of it and they're like, I don't want to be a whatever, like trying to be meatheads about it and stuff like that.
Well, you're also in a public space. So
You're in a
shut the
public
fuck up
space.
and just walk.
Yeah, exactly. Just walk past the camera. if you
At a
don't wanna be in it.
baseline, everybody needs to be respectful respectful and considerate, bro.
Yeah.
Just be respectful and considerate of each other.
Here's my thing. Everyone needs to just not make eye contact with anybody. Look at the ground and just walk wherever you're going.
Yeah, everyone put on horse blinders.
Exactly.
You're fucking
Don't
horse
talk.
blinders, man.
Don't speak.
Yeah.
Don't breathe too loud. Just shut the fuck up.
That's a library. Treat it like a library.
Exactly.
You don't make fucking noise. Well, you know what they would call them in Planet Fitness? They would call them lunks.
yeah.
They call them lunks?
Lunk alarm, lunk
Yeah.
alarm.
Lunk alarm?
They would have this thing called a lunk alarm, which no one would ever use because how obnoxious would that be?
That'd be so.
But it was like this button where they had the definition like on the wall. They have them like at all the Planet Fitnesses. And a lunk is basically someone who's like being obnoxious and loud like with their weights. Like, and like slamming the weights down and stuff like that, which, you know, arguably is annoying, but like also everyone has headphones in anyways. It kind of doesn't really matter.
I think it's the intimidation thing, like the intimidation part about it.
I guess you'd be surprised how many people don't want to go to the gym because they're afraid of like looking
exactly
weak.
like
But
Planet
I
Fitness is a
think-
place for people that like are.
It's
Man,
silly.
if somebody is afraid to go to the gym,
Puss ass.
there's some fucking pussies. They're just never gonna go to the fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
Quit being a bitch.
quit being a bitch. Just fucking. You know, but. Hey, I mean, I can't say shit. I mean, I don't go to the gym, but that's because I'm of the persuasion that I don't think you need a gym to work out. But
You just got to learn that lesson in life that nobody gives a fuck about you, dude.
No one cares.
So if you're an
Exactly.
attractive person, an ugly person, whatever, if you've got crazy hair, someone might walk by you and they might think something for a second, but nobody cares about you.
Bro, no one cares about you as much as you think they do.
Yeah.
Like anytime like anybody's like self-conscious, I'm just like, I get it, I understand it, but like I'm telling you right now, if you look at a picture and like it's group picture, and you're like, fuck, I look horrible. No one is looking
one
at
cares,
you
bro.
No one
except
cares.
you. You're the only person scrutinizing yourself.
Yeah, you're one of the people out of the hundreds, possibly thousands of people that this person is going to see throughout their day. Like, you're just a guy.
Yeah.
A gym, now that I'm thinking about it, a gym might be a little more scary because it's probably the same, 1,000 people that go there. And if you're going during a certain time, like, let's say, like the Planet Fitness at Highway 6, how many people you think are enrolled in there right now?
Oh, a lot of people.
Like,
and they don't even know it.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah, they're just getting...
They don't even know.
Just getting
Okay,
fucking
how many
taxed on
people
it.
you think go there, like, 4 times a month at least?
I would say probably about 1,000.
About 1,000, right? Like a few hundred at least.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
at least like 500 maybe. Like, you would run into the same people, especially if you're going at the same times.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But still, no one gives a fuck about you like that. And also, when you go to the gym, dude, you see some big people. You see some people trying to better themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like the worst guy in the gym, come on, feel a little bit better. You're fine.
I feel
Also-
like when I would go around like 6 o'clock, you would see a good mix of people that are just like trying to work on themselves.
Yeah, be like elderly people there.
And then
It's
you
like-
also see like very in shape people, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
And also,
Yeah.
nobody really even like, if I see somebody who's like big or out of shape, I'm not even thinking shit about them. Like, I'm just like, I'm not thinking about them at all. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying like, damn, that's tough. He's big. I'm not, or like,
I'm so
I want to
you know-
lick his arms.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whatever, like I don't care. Like, I'm here for myself. That's what I'm here
Yeah.
for.
It's like you think about it for a second. You're like, oh shit, dude, this guy's swole. Like, it's sometimes it's motivating or something. If you're like doing a workout and you see someone going a little heavier than you, it's a little bit motivating. But like, you don't think about it like, oh, this guy's so much stronger and I'm so weak and I'm so worthless. It's like, come on, dude,
I'm a weak man.
get a fucking spine.
Get a
I don't think
spine,
I've ever
you
been in the
baby.
gym like that.
If
So
somebody
put
has
on,
a little
like-
social anxiety though, and there's because sometimes you go to those LA Fitness, there's a lot of people.
it can be overwhelming.
It can be a little bit overwhelming, but if you're over there scared, like they think I'm so fat and weak, then you're just being a weenie.
I get the
Junior.
social anxiety because some
Yeah.
people really do just have that innately. They just have
Some people are
anywhere they
scared,
go.
like, oh, it's way too busy right now, and I don't want to ask people, are you done with this, or like, can I use this and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because you do have to do that when you go at those popular hours.
Yeah, the
you
busy
have to be
times.
comfortable with asking people,
Yeah.
hey, what's up, dude?
How many more sets do you have?
Yeah, just nice about
Get
it.
the fuck out of my way.
Yeah,
Pretty much. This is a nice way of saying like, when the fuck are you gonna be done, asshole?
Yeah. You've been here for fucking 30 minutes, bro.
And I've done that a million times, dude. There were times in my life where I went to the gym very consistently for like years or whatever, and no one has ever been mean to me at a gym ever.
That is true.
In fact, I've always had the opposite. People have always been pretty fucking cool.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty nice.
In fact, too cool to the point where they want to like chat, and I'm like, all right, like I gotta fucking.
Yeah, they're too nice sometimes.
Like, they want to hang out, and I'm like, bro, I can't right now. Like, I'm here to fucking do this and leave.
I can't right now, dude. I want to go to Five Guys, okay? But
Bro,
I can't.
there would be people who would be in that gym for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I want to go to Five Guys.
Some of these people, dude, they'll work out for an hour, go to the sauna, then run for like another. Dude, it's insane.
They'll spend like 3 or 4 hours. I'm like, how do you have time to do that?
Yeah.
I have shit to do.
Yeah.
That man, we need to fix this fucking the state. We'll worry about the country later, but first and foremost, we got to fix this goddamn state. We need more government-ran gyms.
Government ran gym.
And we need a good government that will run them well.
A bunch of guys with guns in there.
Are you working
Get your
out
fat
fast?
ass on the treadmill.
Let me see your heart rate on your watch. Not fast enough. You better hurry it up.
Hurry up, fatty.
Hurry up, fatty.
Government
We
my
need
God.
government ran. But we need a good government first and foremost.
Yes.
After we get the good government, where they're going to be good with our money and do good with it, we need a daycare and we need a fucking something with the immigration thing, and we need gyms. We need to get our asses educated, healthier. We're fucking fat laughing stocks of this world.
This is true.
We're making money and we're having a good time, but this is a broken system that will not last forever.
Oh, next we need government-run restaurants to
Yeah.
control our diets.
I feel like the
good.
food would all end up being bad.
It'll taste horrible.
It's
You
all
know,
just
healthy.
like Nutty Buddies and stuff,
It's
right?
all nutty buddies.
The cheapest shit dude. So all of this stuff, I'm just messing around. We don't need like totalitarian.
You're going
shit.
over your rations.
But we do need intervention, bro. Like, we are eating shit. We're not working out. We're dumb as fuck. Like, we're going down in every category as a country except
Yeah.
economy. But that's because the giant businesses just do well enough to pull the rest of us out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we
From the
need
ditch.
I don't know, man. Especially with like the food thing, right? Like, we need a revamped, not even like a nutrition pyramid, but we need like holistic nutritional values, like described to people, like
Yeah.
good diet patterns and good like just general knowledge of telling people like, okay, if you eat this much a day and you don't work out, you won't burn as many calories, so you could gain weight. Like, this is what a carb is. This is what protein is. This is what a fat is. These are good carbs. These are bad carbs. This is bad protein. Like, shit like that. Just informing people, like, all the different 360 angles of shit on health. But you can't find that. You can only find that on YouTube. But, like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nothing, like, the government just gives you this shitty food pyramid that's just completely outdated and just fucking stupid.
Yeah, and then that's just like a culture in itself. You try to go look up the videos. It's not just simple answers. It's like now you got to get in tune with who this guy is that's telling the video, and you got to listen to his whole 10-minute thing. It's like,
and is he trying to sell you some shit? Is he trying to sell you his diet pills, or is his shit legit? Is he just a good dude trying to give you information? You don't know.
I'm just telling you the real issue, man. Food just be tasting too good.
It is. They've engineered it so it's so amazing that you're like, fuck. How am I supposed to eat chicken and broccoli
every day?
It's hard.
When there's McDonald's,
a Pozzoli.
Oh,
I didn't even know what I've never even heard of that shit, but that shit looked amazing.
Pizzas are so good, dude. A Pozzoli's a pizza, right? Isn't it?
It was like a
Is it like a calzone?
It's a stuffed cannoli, I think.
Yeah, it looked like stuffed cannoli.
Oh, take the gun, leave the take the gun, leave the cannoli, not the Pozzoli.
Yeah, the Pozzoli.
Never mind. But yeah, we need some structure.
Food just
around
tastes
here,
too
guys.
good,
Food
man.
be
Like,
be too seasoned.
And we're not gonna be Nazis about it, but we gotta fix something up. Like, and then you know what else we need in schools? We need like financial literacy, and we need to know what we're doing when we get out in the world. We need to know what taxes are. We need
tell
to know
people what insurance is. Tell people how to buy a home. How to fucking.
Someone should have told my ass. Someone should have told my ass that 1 in 8 Houston drivers is fucking uninsured. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Like, it couldn't have been a motherfucker in a Range Rover or something that hit my ass in an old school like Chevy or something.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, but shit like that, dude. We need people helping us with that. Because like we're decently smart guys, you know, but like we know a thing or two, but there's lots of people out there that don't.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the financial stuff I learned is from like my parents or like my family. I didn't learn that shit in school.
Yeah, or asking questions. Like when you have to get a loan or something, like, all right, can you break all that? Because they won't. What they want to do is hold on to the information so that you don't know what's going on, so that you try to make the dumbest decision possible.
In school, they don't tell you anything about taxes. Even though, like, there's people who are 18 years old who are in high school. They don't tell you anything like, oh, yeah, by the way, you're going to have to probably start, if you're working, you're going to have to start filing taxes. Yeah. No one tells you anything about that.
Imagine how many kids did not know they were supposed to file taxes, and they were working for like 2 years, working like a fucking $8 an hour job. And then
crazy.
2 years later, I'm not saying it's going to ruin their life, but like they're like, what? I owe this much and whatever? You know, like.
Then you're missing out on your W-2s.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you could have got money back.
Yeah.
For all you know.
Yeah, this is a weird country. It's a good country. There's opportunity for sure, but it's also got so many pitfalls that have trapped like a certain percentage of this like nation's population, and they can't get out of this shit. It's like a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like people end up poor and they end up like pissed
Fat.
at the world.
Poor and fat.
They end up fat and they end up poor and stupid. Fat, poor, and stupid.
Fat,
That's
poor, and stupid. That's the holy trifecta.
Look, immigrants, this could be your life.
Fat, poor, and stupid.
You could be fat, poor, and stupid.
Go back to where you came from. At least you won't be fat.
At least you won't be fat. You'll be
poor.
poor.
Fat, poor, and stupid should be a show or something.
Fat, poor, and stupid. We got to make that a show.
You guys want to buy some pizza tonight? Or what are you guys thinking? Pizza Hut, maybe?
Man, that's a triple whammy right there, bro.
Yeah.
Fat, poor, and stupid?
I got me a Subway sandwich earlier.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's what this fucking...
Which one do you think is the easiest to fix out of those three?
Oh, shit. Stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
I think stupid because books are cheap. They're free at the library.
Yeah, and
right?
if you can just
But
fix...
if you're, well, I was about to say, if you're stupid enough, you wouldn't even know about the library.
Actually,
Imagine
you're right.
that's
If you
stupid.
fix schools, we might be able to fix the fat and... No, might be able to fix the fat and poor thing also.
Yeah.
They might just fall into one of the... Because what happens is the kid, like your childhood really does have a huge effect on you later.
A huge one.
Not like traumatizing shit or anything like that, but if you didn't learn something at a young age and you get old enough to where no one's going to tell you until it happens to you, then like, what do you know? You know what I mean? So like if you tell people about how to buy a house and what the process is to buy this and how to file your taxes and how to manage your money well and this and that and like the jobs to look out, like how to interview, shit like that. When you teach them at a young age, they'll just grow up knowing that that's what that is. Like it'll be burned into their brain.
Yeah.
And then that'll fix the stupid. Maybe they'll go to college, maybe make college a little bit easier to get into.
Yeah.
Even though it makes me mad when people are like, college is so expensive and now you're gonna end up in $100,000 in debt. It's like nobody's ending. Like unless you're going to fucking art school for 5 years.
Unless you're going to private school or out of state.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you're going to, bro, I went to go to USC so bad as a kid, and I saw how much it costs like per year.
Out of state
is insane, man.
It's like 50,000 or something.
50,000.
Yeah, it's a lot if you want to live there. But like if you just want to go to a college in your state, dude, you could do, even if you get a loan, you're not going to put yourself in more than like 10, 15, 20,000.
Which it depends. There's people who are like $50,000, $45,000 of debt, which is not a ton, but it's a pretty good amount.
I'm thinking about like if you would have went to U of H, right, at our tuition, taking 5 classes or whatever every year, that would have been something like what would
5 classes.
Yeah, like what would that have been? Because each
If-
semester
if-
was what, like $5,000?
If I had no help, nothing like that,
That's like $40K. Yeah,
that's
that
like
is kinda-
40. Plus,
That's true.
Plus, if you got to find somewhere to live,
Yeah.
thankfully I could live with my parents. But let's say if
Yeah.
I didn't have my parents to live with,
Yeah.
I'd be in a ton of fucking debt.
Okay, if we can get that down to $20K, I think that's pretty reasonable for an entire. And that's in the scenario
That's
where
a
you're
year
not
or
working
a year overall.
overall, all 4
Overall.
years. But that's in the scenario where like you're not working a job, you're not doing anything, like paying this off at all.
Were you weren't doing full loads though.
I was doing.
Oh, I was taking full loads.
Oh, buddy,
I was taking
I'm no
them
stranger
all.
to a full load. What do you take me
You were
for?
doing full loads.
What do I look like, a pussy?
It's like a full load, Gio.
No, Gio, because when I went, and this is another thing that makes me mad. I'm going off, dude. This is another thing that makes me mad. When I went to HCC, my parents, like at the time, my dad wasn't retired and shit. They had a decent like income household together. Like I still got financial aid. They gave me so much financial aid that I had thousands left over every semester.
Oh yeah.
Every semester I had that. So I didn't pay a single dime for HCC. In fact, I probably made like $7-8 grand throughout the entire time I was at HCC. And then when I got to U of H, my parents, they probably made a little bit less because at that point my dad had retired, so I got financial aid. But it seemed like the proportions were still kind of the same. They're not going to pay for it all, but like they paid. I probably had to pay every semester like $1,500 maybe, something like
Okay.
that every semester. It's super affordable. I would work.
It
I paid this
depends.
shit off
But that's
myself.
because you qualified for financial
I did not
aid.
qualify
I did
for
not
financial
qualify either.
You didn't qualify?
No, I
No.
didn't qualify.
What?
And I'm definitely, my parents are not rich.
How much fucking money are your parents making?
It wasn't that much.
I'm not saying your
telling
parents were poor by any means, but like, because I saw how much my parents were making, because I would help them file my FAFSA shit.
Back when we
so I
did
saw
it-
what their income was, and it was okay.
Back when we did it, if your parents made more than $65,000, you didn't qualify
Yeah.
for financial aid.
That can't be true.
No,
Because
that was true. Back, they probably changed it now because of inflation. But back when
Yeah.
I filed, that's what it was. If your parents made combined more than $65,000, you're not gonna get shit.
It was over.
Which
My
is fucked
parents-
because
They would laugh at you.
there's bills, there's mortgages. Like they don't count that. Like what the fuck? Like the money goes to that. My parents are not stacking bread.
I remember my parents made more than 65K together. Like when I was filing for at U of H, no, but at HCC, yes. And I still got it. I still got a good amount.
I didn't
But
get shit.
There's
man.
ways to game it too. Like if your parents have like a cash sort of income and they have a business or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a way to get around. If you have more kids, I'm sure like the threshold goes up. I'm sure if the kids are younger, the threshold goes up. Or if they're older, the threshold goes up because they know that you're going to send them off to college and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, you did have another kid in the house.
Yeah, because they calculate it in a way that like they're trying to see how much your parents can afford to pay, and they might take care of the rest.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they decide that. They're just like, no, you make too much. But it's like, no, we don't fucking make too much.
I don't make
That's
enough.
horseshit. So you didn't get financial aid at all during U of H?
No financial aid. Nothing.
That is such fucking horseshit. I can't
No.
believe that. Because your parents, I mean, like, yeah, like I said, they weren't making a ton, but they weren't making very little, but like, you weren't living like in a mansion or anything. I would imagine unless your parents are making like $200 grand together that you're not going to get financial
Nah,
aid.
it was
bro.
$65K back then, which is not a lot of
Wow.
money.
Okay, well, fuck that.
That financial aid
Yeah.
shit, it is not for everybody.
It's
Okay, well,
not.
let's say in the scenario where you don't have any financial aid, once you get to U of H after community college, that'll put you 20,000 in the hole.
That's still a lot of money for
That's a
somebody
lot, bro.
who's 18, 20, or 19, 20 years
But that's
old.
why you work a job on the side. You pay off, let's say, 5,000, 8,000 of that, and then you don't even have to pay the loan back until like 3 years after you're done graduating.
Yeah.
And there's no interest. So it's like, dude, you should be working at that point. Just make the payments.
I agree. But
Because
I mean,
you took the money back then. Now you got to pay it now. This
but
is how it
also
works.
imagine how nice it would be to go to school without having to worry about a job.
That's the perfect world.
I
though.
feel like I'd be able to have been focused like much more on my schooling.
Yeah.
And like
100%.
doing better and like applying myself, joining clubs, joining organizations if I wasn't working.
Yeah, because I was. My girlfriend is trying to go to school now, like finish it up, because she kind of was getting started already, and she stopped for a while and just was working, and now she's trying to go back and do it. And I was telling her like, oh, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something
You're
about
talking
when I
about
was
school.
working.
You're
I was
talking
going to tell her.
school.
What was I going to tell her?
Oh, at a certain point, like, because I was like putting a little bit too much focus on work. Like when I was like in the transition of HCC to U of H, like to go to university or whatever from a community college. At a certain point, I found myself like taking 2 classes a semester and shit, and I was working like 30 hours, like full time and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like a valet job or whatever. I was working a valet job at the time, and then I was like, you know what, dude, like. I can't keep doing this. Like, I got to leave this because doing it in the middle like that is just not going to work.
Yeah.
So, like, if you could just get rid of work, you could focus. I was able to blow past U of H after that. But when I was working and trying to do both at the same time, dude, it's fucking impossible.
It's tough, man. It's
It
hard
takes
to
a
manage.
long time.
Especially if there's like let's say like some classes have like tutorings available, and because like U of H, they would have a lot of free tutorings available for certain classes, and if you're not able to make it because you have to go to work, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You could end up doing worse in the exam, which leads to bad grades. And it is a very stressful period too for I think a lot of people because you don't have really any money during college.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to figure out like fuck, like what am I gonna do? Like I need to get out of here. Like
you got to learn heavy time management.
Yeah.
Because if not, you get home tired from your job one day, you don't feel like doing the homework. That homework comes back to bite you in the ass. You fail the class or something like that.
I think I got lucky because when I was at school, I never felt like stress on the balance.
You were working on campus, right?
Yeah, I was working on campus.
I think we need to get all of our kids on campuses.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids
I think
are
that's
gonna be on
smart.
campus.
That'd be cool. I think it's a better.
Get the fuck
it's
out my
better,
house.
man.
Yeah, like and
it's
have a lot of
better.
jobs in the
I'm trying to
surrounding
fuck
area.
your mama.
I'm trying to fuck him up.
Hold on, guys. I think we're solving a lot of the fucking issues in this.
We are, man.
Are we not? Like, if we made little college communities like College Station, but like even more tight knit, where people are able to take like public transportation, and there's tons of like low level job opportunities around. Like, there's a fucking Best Buy, and there's a bunch of little food spots and stuff like that where people can work, and then they just go back and forth from school, like their dorm to there, and make it way more affordable. Put more dorms in there so more people come, and then like that way you're like the students get into the culture and they're like about it.
The issue is the adults wouldn't want to be there.
No.
Like I don't want to live in college.
But
station.
if you're a professor, you just pull up like a regular job, and then you leave the college city, and then
no,
you
I'm talking
leave
about outside. If you didn't work at the school, you wouldn't want to raise kids there.
I guess not. Okay, well maybe just a little college like section, not like an entire city.
Okay.
Because College Station is like a full blown thing
Yeah, it's a college city.
centered around a college. Maybe if we just made like just imagine U of H just with way more dorms and way more something like trains or something that you could take.
on-campus housing was horrible. It was very shitty.
I've heard.
It was all extremely shitty, and all the newer ones were like they were decent, but it was extremely expensive for what you're getting.
As fuck.
We knew someone who went to Howard University, and she was like showing at some point, like near her last semesters, she was showing like the quality of like one of the apartments.
Bad, bro.
Bro, there was like I forgot what the problem was that they had, but the whole like complex was suffering from it. I think it was a water thing, right?
Yeah, I think it like the roofs came in.
Yeah, like there was huge water stains and like leaking, and then like I think the quality of their water was all fucked up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was complaining about it for months, I remember.
Yeah.
On Instagram. And I was like, dude, and that's an expensive school. That's a prestigious
HBCU.
it's a pretty prestigious school, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like it's crazy. Imagine like the shittier colleges like in Tennessee or something.
I mean, my school, we didn't have that. We had like the nicer buildings, and we had the really bad ones that had no AC.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy.
Hey, but you never stayed on the dorms, right? Like on campus. You just stayed at the nearby apartments?
Yeah, my apartment was like it was considered off-campus housing, but it was like a street away from the school, so it was like right there.
Was
You
the
could walk
college
to the
managing
school.
it, or was it?
So the college wasn't managing it; it was like affiliated
With the
so,
school.
Yeah, so like the people who worked there, they would verify that you're a student of U of H, and they were also students, right?
Yeah.
So like it was affiliated, but like they didn't own it. Like it was owned by somebody else, but it was like partnered with U of H.
Oh, so that was just
so only U of H students could live there.
the fuckers knew they could get away with it. Cause
Yeah.
The fuckers.
Yeah,
It was pretty cheap though. I only paid like $500 a month.
Yeah.
but you also have to live with.
I shared with fucking 3 other people though.
Yeah, so that's insane. Like, because that much money, like, let's blow that up to a point where you're not sharing it with anybody. Like, that would be so much less in another area. They're just trying to mooch off the fact that you're really close to U of H. So, like, fuck it, they'll pay.
To be honest, for $500 a month, that's
it's
not
not.
bad.
No, it's not bad. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
not bad.
I'm just saying, like, $500 should get you further than fucking having to live with 3 people.
What?
Just because they
$500
know.
is pretty cheap though.
It is pretty cheap.
I'm about to
Pretty
say,
cheap.
what the hell are you talking about?
Now, if I was like a G,
at
I
the
would have been
time.
pissed. I would not have
Yeah.
paid no G.
No, but
for
this
that.
was years ago. At the time, like, you could probably get a cheap apartment for like $750.
not
that
a good
area,
one.
Not
Not that
area.
quality either.
Yeah, not that.
Not that area.
You're living in
that's what I'm-
downtown.
That's the
Yeah.
point that I'm making. Like the area is the fact that they know that they can get away with a lot more. Like they can
Shit,
get away with
that's a good
charging
deal to
more
me.
for like something that you could get cheaper somewhere
I'd be a
else.
student right now.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd,
no,
you'd live with 3 other randoms.
Yeah, fuck it.
you got to do what you got to do. It is what it is.
I'd do that shit.
But they should have more dorms where like just a regular. You got one other person. Y'all living in a small little
Oh,
apartment.
they
whatever.
probably do.
Yeah,
'Cause that's what I had. Well, we didn't have an apartment, but we had a room.
but yours was like a little city also, right?
It was a town.
It was like a little.
It was a town.
like was shit based around the college, kind of.
No,
Okay.
it was just a small college in a small college town.
Yeah.
It was ass.
Did you ever have any weird roommates?
Oh yeah, I had weird roommates.
Who's the
I had
weirdest
one
roommate?
guy that had a pile of clothes, and in the bottom was a cricket.
A
The
cricket?
fuck?
Like he had a living cricket?
No, it was just it somehow found its way in the room,
Gross.
and I couldn't go to sleep for like 5 days.
It was just going. Just making the noise?
Just making noise.
My God.
You didn't want to get in his clothes, right?
No, because he was dirty.
Bro, one got in my garage one time, and I just kept hearing. I was in my bedroom. I could hear it from my bedroom, and it was just going wild in the garage. I went to the garage and smashed the shit out of that motherfucker and threw him out.
You
That's
found
the
it?
one
Yeah,
animal.
I found him in there.
I would
take a while?
shoot that.
It did take a little minute.
I would shoot a cricket.
Have you seen those little salt guns?
I would shoot it with a gun, with a salt gun.
Blow a hole in the side of your wall just
Bro.
to fucking kill that cricket.
Fuck that guy.
No, they have these little like salt guns. It shoots like a little salt pellet, like a shotgun.
Oh yeah.
And it
I haven't
blows
seen
up on impact, and it shoots like a tiny little salt ball, and you can like shoot a bug with it, and it'll
Yeah.
kill him. Which is
A salt
cool
gun.
invention.
That's
Yeah.
funny as fuck.
I would shoot that motherfucker.
Salt's cheap. You just fill that thing up with a little bit of salt, and it fucking blasts
But
it.
nah, school is hella expensive, man. That shit is. I can see how people get in hella debt.
Yeah. At the very least, we need better trade programs, like because HCC and like a community college.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier to get through without paying almost anything. It's way easier to get through.
I just man, you got to get out the house. That was my thing about college is like I just need to get out.
Yeah, I was living at home, and not only is it a pain just, at that
Commuting.
age with your parents and stuff like that, but commuting is huge, dude.
Yeah.
That means that everyone has to get a car, you have to pay the gas, and your car's not going to be good at that age, and you're going to
Also,
fuck it up.
when you're that age, you just want your own space. Like you don't want to be around your parents. You want to like go out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you want to go out to places. You want to meet a bunch of new people. You want to meet girls. You want to do all those different things. But you can't really do that if you're living under somebody else's roof. Like, you can't come home at like 4 a.m.
Yeah. We've been talking about real shit, guys. This one and the
Real
last one.
shit.
We've been talking about some real shit. I think
What
we're
do we-
solving a lot, guys.
We solved communities. We solved immigration.
Yeah. Homeless is one that we've been trying to tackle for quite a while.
That
We
was a
just can't
hard
solve
one,
it,
bro.
That's a tough
hard
one to solve.
That's a tough
That's
one.
a hard
man.
one, man.
Yeah. Money everything about this just needs money. We just need money.
We just need to throw money at it.
If you could just get a little bit
Throw
of money
the problem.
and hire people to be like basically security guards and shepherds throughout whatever process we've talked about.
Somebody,
it could work.
you would need to hire somebody responsible enough to take the money and do the right thing with it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is like
impossible to
they
find.
I
can
wouldn't.
never find. Usually, when they find these people, exactly. That's
I'm
usually-
embezzling.
that usually people are like, hell no, I'm just gonna run the pockets of this program.
Yeah.
That's
Gio,
what
would you be
most
a
people
good
do.
mayor?
No.
You wouldn't be a good mayor?
That'd be horrible.
Mayor Gio.
What happened to the funding?
Yeah. We need more money.
We need more money for all these roads, and then it ends up like his friend is a fucking contractor who's making the roads, and they're giving him the contract, and he's giving a kickback to Gio.
Oh yeah, I just got a random GLS for no reason.
I added a cliff in my backyard pool. We need funding, guys. Shit's getting expensive over here.
You'll never see a politician driving like a Toyota Camry.
No.
No.
Never.
Yeah.
Ever.
You should though.
Bro, I follow a page that follows Nancy Pelosi's investments. Shit is wild.
What?
She'd
is
be
it?
making money,
She be
man.
making money. She just made like
not just her, lots of politicians.
Oh yeah. But she invested like $7 million in Nvidia. Shit went up like $20 or $30 the next day.
I saw this video, dude, which is a little crazy to think about. Like, it's honestly the same kind of idea.
Yeah.
The fact that athletes can't bet on themselves, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they bet for themselves. Where's the harm in that? Like, of course they want to win. If they bet against themselves losing, then maybe you could blow it for your team on purpose.
Yeah.
That I can see where the problem is. But why can politicians invest in all these companies that they fucking kind of regulate?
It's fucked up because
How crazy
the
is
only
that?
reason they're allowed to do it is because they make the system.
Yeah.
So they're never going to be like, you know what, we shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we shouldn't be allowed to make endless amounts of bread, guys. It's not fair.
Yeah,
they're
know
never
what-
going to say that.
They know what bills are passing. They know which ones have better chances. They
Of
know.
course.
They
They're
know
not
what
stupid.
problems.
They would boo him in the gallery.
Oh, yeah.
They would give him a wedgie.
That's such bullshit, dude. And they know what companies that's going to affect, and so they know, like, it's way easier to make decisions that way when you know probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have a hand in it.
Bro, speaking of athletes betting on sports and shit, there was one guy that went to LSU. He bet on 8,900 different games.
He bet on how many?
What the
8,900 games.
Was he like a football player there or something?
Yeah.
How did he do it? Under someone else's name?
I think it was it was his own account.
How did they take so long
He
to
had like
catch it?
different accounts.
Wait, he was a college athlete or NFL?
He was playing football at LSU.
Did he win a lot of money at least?
I don't think he did.
Damn.
on only himself, on only his teams?
He bet maybe like 6 or 7 times on like LSU games that he was in.
Yeah.
But 8,000 other times he bet on other games.
So I'm guessing this shit came out and he got in trouble.
Oh yeah, he got in trouble.
Then what kind of trouble do you get in? Do you just get banned or do you get like an actual like legal action taken against?
I don't know if it was legal action.
Yeah,
I
who
think
would you
he just
pay
got in
back?
trouble.
Like,
Yeah, what do you do? Like, what is there a fine? Who do I pay? That NCAA? Fuck
You
yeah.
get banned and
because
shit.
whatever like platform you use to like make the gamble or something, but that's still bullshit.
No, you for sure get banned.
Wait, so they can't even bet on other people's games? They can't bet at all?
No, NFL players, NBA players, they're not
they can't bet at all.
Can an NFL player bet on an NBA game?
Oh, he was arrested.
No, they're not allowed to bet on anything, bro.
He was arrested.
That is mega
He was
horseshit.
arrested?
Yeah, he got a felony.
Get
a felony
the
for
fuck
that?
out,
Fuck
dude.
that,
Illegal
man.
gambling charges.
What is
That's
this guy?
fucked up, man.
What does he have? Superpower? What is he gonna do? His friend is on the other team. He bets for his friend or against his friend. What? Is,
So he had fraudulent. He made a fraudulent account. Because he said he was older than 21. He wasn't. Yeah. He made 8,900 bets while underage.
What the fuck?
Damn, so they mostly got him for the underage shit.
Yeah, it seems like it's mostly under. But why? How is that a felony? That should just be like a money issue. You should just have to pay some of it back at the very most.
I think it comes down to like the state that he's in.
Yeah.
Because all states have different gambling rights. Like Texas, for instance, you can't gamble at all in Texas. But Louisiana, they don't give a shit. Oklahoma, they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It really, Vegas.
He was in
obviously,
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
He was in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's 21 and older in
Yeah.
Louisiana. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even in a place where it's legal, if you're just a few years shy, it's a
He has
big
few
problem.
years shy.
Shit is crazy, bro. Free my
I
mans.
had no idea they could not bet on other sports. That is so stupid.
So is he in like jail now, bro?
He just got arrested, so he probably ended up going to jail.
Fucked up, man.
Nah, he probably just have a felony.
I mean,
have
isn't there a statute
probation.
of limitations? He's probably like in his fucking late 20s now, no?
This was like 3 years ago when he was under 21.
He's probably gonna get a long probation and a
Man.
big fine, and that's it.
I think he should just get a fine. Yeah, don't
He's
send
not
him to
gonna
jail.
he's not gonna
That's
serve
fucked
jail
up when
time.
they send him to jail for that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people who are doing real crimes out there who are fucking murdering people and
Jordan
shit.
Belfort's, go get those guys.
Yeah, bro.
Go get the
Jordan
real
Belfort.
bad guys.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's doing a podcast now.
He does a podcast. He makes millions of
Makes
it.
a lot
still.
of money, and he does like
And he's still scamming.
seminars.
I bet he still hasn't paid back the people that he owes all the money to.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
he says he's broke.
He does the thing right where he shows like the lessons or whatever. Like you could buy his courses online.
Yeah, he does.
So he's scamming like that. 'Cause
No, he's scamming. He did like Bitcoin scam.
Oh really?
Yeah.
A bunch of people did that though.
You know what a lot of
yeah.
people did, and no one even talks about it anymore, is the
NFTs.
NFTs. Those were
Yeah.
a lot of people did a lot of scams with those,
Yeah.
including like Logan Paul, all those motherfuckers. And now no one even talks about it. But they
Yeah.
just ran everybody's pockets on them.
Logan Paul said he's paying back some people, but they have like a weird stipulation for it.
They're probably doing the bare minimum they possibly
Yeah.
can. So a lot of people I'm sure are still getting fucked.
Yeah,
But
bro.
you were dumb enough to fucking listen to Logan Paul and invest in this or whatever.
For
the
real.
Fuck.
It was a big
Idiot.
deal at the time, but yeah, I would not give that man money.
Yeah, getting like your kid, like your little brother is gonna convince you to invest in Logan Paul's cryptocurrency.
It's gonna be a big deal.
It's sad because cryptocurrency tanked pretty bad, but like
Yeah.
it's still something. NFTs are completely gone. Like nobody
Yeah.
even talks about. I haven't even
Yeah.
seen someone talk about an NFT in a very, very
People
long
still talk
time.
about Bitcoin. No one talks
Yeah.
about NFTs.
Yeah.
NFTs are gone because that idea, if it ever is gonna work, is not gonna work
It was
anytime
incredibly
soon.
complex and like just I don't know, man. It just didn't seem like it made any sense.
Yeah, there's no VR world yet. Like,
Yeah.
where am I supposed? What is this? What is the value of this until like shit gets real digital and like things like that start to integrate
You're
into our
buying
real
digital.
world?
You're buying art that you're planning on reselling.
Yeah.
and no one wants to buy it.
Unless my homeboy can come into my digital apartment where I have the fucking
Where I have the
painting,
painting.
it means nothing unless you're just selling and buying it over and over. And like at that point, it's just a game.
People were
It's just a
selling
racket.
real estate in the metaverse. Like I heard that Snoop
Bro.
Dogg
Yeah.
bought a bunch of real estate in the metaverse. Like, bro, they just ran your pockets, Snoop.
Yeah, they ran his pockets pretty bad.
And he also turned down $100 million from OnlyFans.
Who, Snoop?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They asked him to do OnlyFans. He's like 70 years old. Who wants to see him on?
I
fucking
think he was like,
OnlyFans?
it wasn't to see him fuck.
Oh,
I don't think it
he's
was.
gonna promote.
Yeah, it was probably like content or something. Because they make different kind of
I'm gonna
content
turn it, if
now.
I'm him, I'm not turning that down.
OnlyFans is pivoting. I've been seeing.
They're
something-
doing some genius shit.
I saw something called OnlyFans TV.
Yeah,
I saw like an ad on Twitter, and it's like OnlyFans girls, and they're doing like a cooking show,
it's fucking brilliant.
and they're not dressed at all provocatively. Like they're just dressed like regular people, and they're just interviewing them. It's really smart.
It's fucking brilliant.
They're
bro.
essentially like reality stars, kind of, if you give them like a mic. Because right now they're just fucking people who are putting up naked pictures, but in
They're trying
someone's
to-
eyes, they're celebrities.
Yeah, someone's eyes.
There are
Maybe
people
not
who-
their two eyes. It could be their other one.
But who wants to watch them do anything besides get naked? Like, you think I want to watch all these hoes on OnlyFans
You would be surprised.
cook?
I think.
I'd rather watch these fucking experts on YouTube do it.
I think you'd be surprised, dude.
I think it'd be funny.
How many times? Fear Factor. Fear Factor. We were just talking about how they always try to put an attractive girl on here.
Yeah.
Because they know people want to look at an attractive girl. Why don't you want to see a bunch of attractive girls compete in a cooking show?
It sounds like a good time to me.
And then,
I guess that's
if you
what
want to
you're
see
saying.
them naked, you can pay for it.
It's right there.
That's genius.
It's exposure.
Turn them into celebrities. That way, people want to pay even. That way, like the demand to see them naked from the people who want to see them naked is higher.
So you're
But think about it.
Smart.
You want to see like actors naked anyways.
Yeah.
But now they are getting naked on the show.
Yeah, now you know 100%
Not on the show.
that you
Yeah.
can go see them naked. 100%.
Exactly. Which is crazy.
So you're saying
Yeah.
that is the solution to immigration, education,
I think so.
and what are the other issue? Oh, and obesity.
And
Obesity.
education.
Yeah, fat porn, stupid.
That's a good note to end on, everybody.
Fat porn, stupid, guys.
Fat porn, stupid.
We got to break from these chains. From these fat porn, stupid chains.
Take care, guys.
Bye.